Everyone, a warm applause for Simon here.
Welcome to Jazz Jackrabbit. It's 1994 by Arjun Brisset and Cliff Slizinski. It's sad that Arjun is not here today. He's a Dutch programmer and he's still in the business. And in 1994, together with Cliff Slizinski, he made this wonderful game. You have to run like the wind, you have to shoot everything that moves. And we'll try to do that today. I'll explain the rules of the game as I go through, and I'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. We'll play all 6 episodes today. This is the first one. Yeah, it was released as shareware. If you have played DOS games as a kid, you've probably seen this version of the game. This is the first episode, the shareware episode. And Cliff Slizinski later on made Unreal, which was a rather dark atmosphere. This is Jazz Jackrabbit. It's a very bright cartoony atmosphere with lots of cartoon graphics by Nick Stapp, that's the artist. We shoot at a lot of things. We shoot at this shield. Hitting battles will then protect us from one next hit that we take otherwise. We can shoot at enemies. And there's the special fast feed upgrade to run even faster. And the designers certainly put this nice section here where we can use the fast feed upgrade, but if we play well, the fast feed will last into this area of the level that is not designed to play with fast feed anymore. It's just very narrow and hard to navigate. At the end of every stage I will mash bullets. That cancels the score counter. It's slightly faster to exit the map like that. This is too electric. The pipes push us forward just by themselves, so we can just sit inside and listen to the awesome soundtrack by Robbie Allen.
Ja, hij zat de jump vlak voor die ingang.
Yeah, this track is many of people's favorite. Jazz has a lot of awesome tracks. We have several different weapons. This is the blaster. It just flies in a straight line and it's very slow, but it's handy. We can mash a lot of bullets at once to clear everything. We also have the toaster. The toaster flies in a straight line, but it's bigger and faster than the blaster, so it's easier to hit enemies with that. We also have the RM missile. If we push the button once, then 2 shots will come out. And if both hit, every shot deals 1 damage, so 2 RM missiles will deal double damage. That will be helpful. And the bouncer here, it will just fly everywhere. And it's hard to hit things with it. The answer to that is fire more launchers. In the second game, they were called bouncers. In the first game, they were called launchers. It's really the same thing. This is Medieval. Again, the swords. I will use toasters and launchers on the swords because the blaster would fly underneath. If you swivel off the spikes, you avoid damage. It's a weird property, but I use it to not take damage on the spikes. It's a complicated maneuver. Just turn back and forward. And if you press down, you move down slightly faster. It's just a micro-optimization. The airport here, we have set points in the level where we get it, and we have set points where we lose it. And the up and down acceleration is not that big of the airport, therefore I'm happy to lose it here, because it's faster to run and fall than to move down with the airport. Again, here swivel on the spikes to avoid the damage.
Medieval 2. Every level has 2 planets. This is the second planet. Every planet has 2 levels. We get invulnerability here. This is this upgrade. It lasts for 15 seconds, and the level has 3 of them. Here's the second one, and if we play well, we can avoid taking the third one, because it's in a secret position where we have to jump to it. There it is. If we play well, we can get through with just 2 vulnerabilities. Kill the swords here, and fine. We made it through with just 2. Now, after every 3 planets, there's a boss fight. We use the arc method because they deal the most damage. It's tricky to match the arc of the boss. And after the boss dies, stand in the top left corner of the boss, then the camera will pan the least, and the score counter will come up quicker. If you have played the shareware, then you will have not seen this planet here. This is Letni, the world inside the computer. This is the first episode that you have to buy. Letni, spelled backwards, is Inter. You can see all the computer stuff here, and look, they have a lot of puns in these games. It's really from the classic age of video games, where small teams put a lot of puns in the game. Now, Letni 2, the first 2 enemies are the hardest to avoid. Nice, I got them all. I will take damage here deliberately, because I can move through all these enemies in one go. Whenever you take damage, you get invulnerability frames for about 2 seconds, and the speedrun uses those to bypass a lot of enemies. But you have to watch your health. In the bottom left-hand corner, there's the health bar. And now I have a shield and invulnerability. The invulnerability takes precedence, and the shield here, now it comes out only after the invulnerability has gone out. I'll use the shield on this final barrier here. This is Februari. It's probably my favorite stage. Lots of technical tricks. At first, we push down here to look down. The mines will spawn slightly faster than here, and they're in the perfect position to damage them. If we look left, take damage will throw us towards the right, exactly what we want to do. Now I'm at 1 health. That means I will die the next time I take a hit. I hope it doesn't happen. Here is the bird. The bird trails behind and shoots at enemies. It counts as an extra hit too, and that's handy because I can take it over into the next stage here. Usually in the speedrun, the bird is too slow to come behind, and therefore it doesn't help us much shooting the enemies. But the extra hit is still nice if the bird is on the way. Now comes the Februari string, a very complicated jump. I failed it. Let me try it one more time. This is possible, but when you play casually, it looks almost impossible. I'll try one more time. It's a hard jump. Okay, if I fail it, let's wait for it. This is how you usually do it when you play the game normally. It's a 10-second time loss in the run. Therefore, hitting this first try is hugely important. And let's turtle alive here to damage boost of it. Now comes Orbitus. Orbitus consists of pipes. Golden pipes, blue pipes, bounce heads that look like pipes. Everything is a pipe. And if you move with your airport into these bounce pads, you can boost it up slightly. And if you get knocked with damage into the airport, then this happens. That's a big save, because the airport has such low acceleration otherwise. These silver worms here have 11 hits. That's too much to kill them. I'll just stop them. And you can fall through the cracks of these bounce pads because I'm playing on the floppy version.
The game had at least 4 versions, 3 on CD. At the last CD version, they fixed the cracks in the bounce pads, but they made the fix too good. Later here, there's this card. Some of you might remember this from your childhood. You could never pass it. That happens when you play on the bad CD version that has the hitboxes of those bouncy floors too big. They just suckle upwards and you can't clear that section. But this is the floppy version, that doesn't have the problem. And this planet is reasonably easy on the speedrun in the floppy version. Now we have the bird that is helpful. As we said, the bird shoots at enemies, and in boss fights that helps, because we'll mostly stay in one place, and then the bird gets a chance to help with a boss fight. That was a good boss.
Usually he dashes into me once. It's hard that I get in before he dashes into me. Episode 3, we play on hard. It's a strange choice because Panolint becomes super hard. There are these blue flowers everywhere in the way here, and we have to mash our way through down here. There's some blue flowers. I'll explain later why we choose hard. But first here, we got the 4 shield, the 4 rotating diamonds. They protect us of the next 4 hits that we can take, and they carry over into the next stage. Now I got hit twice already, but I only have 2 shields left. I got hit another time, I have 1 shield left. And ideally I'll start the next shield either with 2 or 0 shields if I use the shield deliberately here. Now, funnel in 2, I'll try to kill the first enemy here with bounces, and then damage boost of this flower to move through all of this safely. Ah, that's sad. Sometimes you take that hit. I'll take the carrot to do another damage boost here. That's good. At the bottom left hand corner you see the health bar. If it flashes red, you die at the next hit, and you don't want that. Now Scrapper Up, we only have 1 shot at the 4 shield. Nice, I got it. Scrapper Up 1 is over very quickly, but it allows you to take several paths to the exit, so we can explore the map. But in speedrun I just choose the fastest path. Now comes the reason for playing hard. The fast speed go at 12 pixels per frame instead of like the medium fast speed at 10 pixels. And I hope that this extra bonus warrants playing on hard and the extra enemies don't bog down the run too much. It's a risky game for them. The other runners don't run episode 3 on hard, but I take this game on it. Here's Mega Base. The rockets are all over the place, and these turtles have 3 hit points. I will use our missiles against these turtles because it's easier to kill them in 2 shots than instead of 3. It's fine to spend all the shield here, because we'll get invulnerability later around the end of the level. That is deliberate. It's the easiest way to bypass the target. Whenever there are up slopes in the game, I try to jump over the up slopes, because it's just slightly faster, but only slightly. And again, at the end of every stage, I mash bullets to cancel the score. In Maker Base 2, we get again a nice fast speed section, and because we have these 2 large fast speed sections in episode 3, that I hope it's enough benefit to justify running this on hard, so enjoy the fast speed section on hard. Well, you have to mash really well to kill everything in your path here. These are jump shoes. If you collect them, you can jump higher. And we need that to progress here. This is just a 1 shield, and it will absorb just 1 hit. And now I press down on the keyboard to scroll the camera down. Again, that will spawn the enemies in better positions, and I can just kill them as I come here.
here. This is another reason we need the jump shoots, and it's not clear how many jump shoots you want to collect. If you collect more, the jumps will be easier, but it takes more time to collect the shoots. You get what's here on hard, it has 10 more hit points. It went down reasonably quickly, so defending extra hit points is not a reason to go yeah. Episode 4, again we're playing on hard. Again, because beautiful fast speed sections here. This is probably the hardest fast speed section in the game. Here we just jump over half the map, that is easy. But later on we'll get again into the pyramids here, and it's really hard to control here. This is not designed for fast speed. It's so easy to die here because these rocks just pick you up like moving platforms. But I made it from that was good. Third Temple 2 is a big maze. You have to retrieve the airport first. And then make it to the exit. I have tried to find a way through this without here, but it's not possible. But you need to take the airport here. Now we backtrack and find the exit. And we take we take TNT here, we pick my weapon, and it deals damage to everything on the screen. And I can collect fast speed upgrades with it, because fast speed upgrades is something that you can shoot. This is Midgard, the ice stage. I was explaining this earlier if you were here before the run started. I played this episode for practice. Jazz has ice stage. Just only slightly. Jazz is already very slippery normally, but on ice is even more slippery. Nick Stapler programmed a shivering animation here. If you do nothing, Jazz will shiver. Here I TNT as late as possible to collect the fast speed, because I need them for a complicated job later in the stage. Take damage here deliberately, you can come in for 40 seconds. TNT to clear the TNT for the shield. And I hope I can still make it. Yes, that jump is only possible with your fast speed. That's the reason I TNT as late as possible. And I spent all the shield here, that is good, because I want to die deliberately. In Jackrabbit here, take a hit, take another hit, TNT the halfway checkpoint through the wall, and then die towards the halfway. Let's say about 5 seconds. We lose all weapons when we die. That is sad, because I want to use our missiles on the boss. On the next stage, that's just enough on the round, so it's fine. Jackrabbit 2, not much is happening here. But since we play this on hard, episode 4 became much more interesting. When we started to speedrun this, the first speedrun I was Orkel in 2013, he played everything on medium, and he thought that episode 4 would be the most boring. But since I introduced all these tricks into episode 4, it's much sharper, and you'll obviously die, especially in Third Temple 1. Not that hard. It's not hard to get, yes. That's the most final enemy. Nice. And now comes the boss again. This boss is the easiest boss in the game. You can just sit and start, and it will never attack you. Only if you move into the play area here, it might shoot at you. Episode 5 played on medium again, because hard would put too many extra enemies in the run. That would be slower. Okay. I'll damage you here. Nice. Whenever you want damage, you have to push left just before you take the damage, and then you will try to select.
Oftentimes that's the same way because you get 2 seconds of vulnerability from each stop. But you have to watch your health. These flying dragons have 3 hit points, and the turtles are the smartest guards. They have 4 hit points. They need quite a lot of mashing to make it for long. You can take damage here to move for this. This is a bonus job. If you take that, you move to a bonus stage. In the speed one, we don't want to do that. You can cancel the bonus stage, but it's still an expensive mistake. If you take the range. Sometimes you move very close to that, and it's scary. Here, this is the same method for me, but you have different choices of how you want to play that. We have 86 hour results, as you can see in the bottom left and right hand corner. Our results are scarred, so I'll try to consume them. I'll take another damage boost here. Like, if you fail that, fall down all the way to the right again. That was a nice 3 or 4 seconds. But I made it. Okay, lucky in here. This planet is the last one that I learned for the run. Because everything in Lucky looks the same. And there's a lot of secret passages you can choose, so they open up and you can take a shortcut. Here again we take fast speed. This is not that big of a game because the exit is just around the corner here. Plug in 2. It looks almost like the first one, and that's the problem. Everything in plugin looks the same, and there are these plugs around. They just fly in one hit, but they're everywhere. You have to watch out for them. And then on the ground here, there are all these little turtles, and you can shoot them. And if you watch the slugs and the shots hit the little turtles, that's a problem. So you have to kill everything to make sure you hit the slug. Next is Green Pipe, that's the water stage. Every game needs a water stage. And we shoot these red switches here to make the water rise to that level. Fuel finally, or purple fuel. But whenever we can make it over the water, it's faster because swimming is slow. Jumping across the surface is faster. You can click diagonally and you can shoot the switch through the wall. That is faster than getting into that little corner and shoot the switch from that side. But you need our missiles to shoot through the wall because they spawn the purses towards the side. If we are fast, we can skip ahead to the second switch here and hit that out of the order. Normally you're supposed to hit 3 switches, but I made it through, so that's fine. This game was tool-assisted speedrun by Larry Botwires and Slavo. That is when you have programmed a computer to do the run for you, and they invented this damage boost. Sad. Let me try it again. But I failed it. Okay, this is a tricky damage boost. You're supposed to raise the water level here. That is the fallback that I still do when the damage boost doesn't work out. You're supposed to damage boost into the pipe. And because I'm showing this one and don't want to die, I take these carrots here. Carrots will kill health. Normally I don't take these, but in this one I do, just to make sure that I stay alive. That's the first strategy though that I don't normally use. Normally, everything I've shown, I will do it in my normal record attempts too. Only these carrots, I took them for safety. These mines take a lot of hits, but still we want to conserve our missiles for us, so we use other weapons to kill mines here. Everything has gigantic hitboxes. It's so easy to just touch a mine by accident. in this pipe there is a fast feed upgrade, but with the RF missiles we can again shoot it through the wall, and then we don't have to backpack through the pipe, we can just get it from here. And like that, the fast feed upgrade lasts until this section of the level, which is again not designed to be played with fast feed. But it's such a beautiful section to go fast. Damage boost, thanks. The boss alone can spawn up to 5 small holes. The hotkey to save the game is right next to my normal keys where I play. Sometimes I accidentally hit that. Episode 6 is played on easy because it doesn't have the fast feed upgrade around, but it has 3 bosses in it. And each boss on easy loses 20 hit points, so that's why easy is fast. Also, we get a 50 hit point, and we'll be going for many damage boosts in these maps, and it's helpful to have the extra hit point on Jazz. I'll take damage here again deliberately to move through this. Nice. These plants are on the spawn timer, that means they start moving when I'm close to them. Oh, that's right. If the platform is there, it's faster than they come up. I'll take the riskies, perhaps. It's also possible to pick up an invulnerability, but if you can make it through, then skipping the invulnerability is fast. Which theoretically not stay the same. Threshold is easier than Threshold 1 because it holds a lot of parallels. The Threshold 1 they jump all over the way, you get parallels. In Threshold 2 they nicely. You can go right here and explore now, but we just go straight. And then you're riding the platforms slower, except when they're just there, then it's faster. Normally, the damage on the focus lines. Now comes Cruiser Race, probably the planet with the most beautiful soundtrack.
Agreed.
Chrysalis 2 will be going for 4 damage boosts, and it's really helpful to have the help for that. Because the mines here take 5 hits, and that's too much. Damage boosting is faster. These ones we kill, because the 4th hit is better later in the level. Wait here for fireballs. Small of large hop. And kill everything, and that boost of the ceiling spike to be invulnerable into all of this. And then you take the invulnerability and to go. Now comes the final stage of the game. There's battleships, 2 more levels and then the final boss. First you have to find the entrance here. I didn't find that as a kid. I just always went to the secret level. But playing the battleships normally is faster than going into the secret level. I'm not sure if it says rapid fire or rapid fire when you pick up these guns. These are bosses. I have to kill the boss in both levels here. It's the central processing unit of the ship, and if you kill that, you progress to the next map. These levels don't have exit signs, they have bosses. This ship is very large. and it takes a lot of time to play through it. Or you can do this. 30 seconds of the run. That trick was discovered by Mortail, the first runner. And then Captain Clever showed it at AGDQ 2017. Now comes the final boss. Nice, I got him before he jumped. That is the fastest way to kill the boss. And time ends when the screen goes dark. Here. Although his plans to destroy countries have been thwarted by Jazz, Devil Shell, the evil turtle that we were fighting, has escaped. That is excellent plot design, because like this they can release Jazz Jackrabbit 2, where you do all the same things again. While aboard Shell's mega battleship, Jazz finds a map located in the ship's makeover, alerting him of the whereabouts of Princess Eva Earhong. And after every episode, we get these beautiful cartoon cutscenes by Nick Saffer, clearly inspired by Warner Brothers, lots of great animation here. And yeah, this is the one that plays out of the final episode. That's all the game. Thanks for having me.